Listen up and listen now. Here's the story of how these four shady people wound up in jail for their night of evil. First up there is Rain, who was always playing a dangerous game. She had picked the wrong suitor for a night of pleasure, so to her surprise, he was a narc, and now she's locked up alone in the dark. But it wasn't long before Charlotte Sheen was brought in. She was hopped up and being mean. 5-0 busted her for doing crack. She thinks she's boss and is talking smack. Then came along a girl that was drunk. Her excuse for drinking had been her funk. She said her name with a slur. It was either May or Faye. It was all a blur. Next up came the young activist. She fought for her rights, so she wasn't a pacifist. So now we have the little zealot added to the group. You can bet the jail is in for a loop. A very interesting times with these four, so their tales will not be a bore. And you can sit back and relax for a night of listening to these saps. But trust me, it will be funny, better than paying a show with money. And so we begin.
I must say, my life is quite nice, but I don't think most things suffice. What I do in life may be easy to tell, though don't judge me yet and bid me ill will. The love I give, though true and fair, shall not to be taken for granted if you dare. I give the time, no strings attached. A few lucky men have been well matched. The first of the many, or rather few, was such a gentleman, so easy to subdue. He was a fine man, and who's to say that I wouldn't give him the time of day? After a night of gentle fun, he bestowed me with gifts and called me dearest hun. I looked at him in deep surprise and told him my affection did not compare in size. He left heartbroken and in bitter despair, but my feelings sadly just could not compare. He threatened me afterward more than thrice. After that, I told him to heed my advice. All is fair in love and war, but trust me, dear man, a woman can do whatever she can. Go.
If you're gonna go to jail, it should be for something wild. You were exercising civil rights? You're such a child. Even though I'm in jail, at least I'll have a good story to tell my grandchildren when I'm old and hoary. It was a party. I was just having fun. And don't make it sound like I was the only one. Why should I be in here with you three? All you deserve prison more than me. Firstly, you were wrong for being a slut. You should wear clothes that cover your butt. And you, with your drug dealing, you ruin our lives. Don't look so smug. Me? I'm totally innocent. I didn't mean any harm. I know what I meant. What's wrong with knocking back a drink or two among friends? The only things that are unfair are these ends. This is the last way I'd want to spend any of my nights. This ridiculous self? Man, this bites. And I don't want to hear any of your stories. They won't help pass the time. They'll only make it more boring. Ah well, there's no getting out of here. Might as well listen. Wish I had a beer.
You see, it was after the dusk, for which I did bless. The 5-0, they know me by name. Charlie Sheen, I was on the list of shame. They found me in the back, saying, Charlie, you lookin' mighty gnarly. They picked me up, hauled me out. What they didn't know was that I was a scout, watching and looking for them fuzz, supposed to be looking out for the cuz. But he left me hanging while stealing my life savings. Now I'm stuck here with all you boys. Say, by chance any of you got a score? Of course not. You ain't got the junk. Every one of you's a punk. Now Uncle Sheen always said I'd get in trouble, but he can't judge. He's in double. I bet Mama's gonna be real mad. Man, I hope this don't become such no bad. Yes, about to get out of the hoose cat, so I can go get some juice now.
You all may have heard the recent story of a woman who tried to save a whale named Dory. That brave woman was me, who by certain actions paid a notable fee. I protested in public, but for naught, as I was quickly arrested and sadly caught. Protesting against Dory's death, I disturbed public peace. The police thought, no, she must be seized. Behind Dory's impending death lays a long story, but I'll sum it up and shortly tell thee. Dory, who was once a healthy whale, contracted a disease, her organs failed. My love for animals of all kinds motivated my heart and stuck in my mind. To save this whale, I knew I had to act. Thus I protested, this is a fact. The zoo wanted to kill rather than save Dory, a method that's cruel and kind of boring. I tried to gather people who felt the same way. In the end, no one agreed. By myself I stayed. My well-intentioned actions landed me in jail. I should not be here. It isn't fair.
So now you have heard their tales. No wonder why these four wound up in jail. But now that the night is over, we have to end here. but rest assured they will be back soon for doing something dumb. So I hope you enjoyed some of these little tales in which these 4 girls wound up in jail. The end.